Video walkthrough on a used Thor Freedom Elite. So start in the back, got storage access to the back, spare tire. This is a cover for a spare tire, might like that. Storage there, you got a tire iron, more storage. That goes all the way to there. Got a receiver on the back if you wanted to tow something, or if you have a separate car you're towing. And then it's got a 5,000 pound tow limit. Let's see, there you go. 500 pound tongue weight. Bumper caps come off. It's gonna be the perfect spot to store your sewer hose. That's where you want to store it, so it keeps it up out of the way of everything. City water connection. So if you have somewhere that provides water, this is where you hook up water. It'll operate off of city water pressure, so you won't need to use your pump. Wastewater right here. One on your left is black, one on your right is gray. Your black is your sewage, your gray is like your shower and sink water. I always recommend dumping your black first, letting that get all the way drained out, then doing your gray. That'll flush out the hose. That way you don't have to carry around a stinky hose. Right above that is where you fill. Unleaded fuel only, just regular gasoline. Good spot for your shore cord. So you can pull it out and have it like this, or as you pull it out, you can pull it through here, and that keeps everything neat and organized. If you're gonna run your furnace, just watch out, because this is right in your furnace. Speaking of furnace, keep this clean. Clean out any debris or dust or any spider webs, bees nests you see in there. Clean it out. They make screens you could put on these. They don't recommend you run them with the screens on. Water heater, super simple. The only thing you need to do when you get it ready to use it, put this plug in. It's a 15/16 is the socket size, and then all you do is get it threaded by hand as much as you can, and then I use a little short socket with an extension and a ratcheting wrench. That works the best for me. They make a tool you can use, but I always end up scraping my knuckles on here because it's more like a traditional wrench. And then just keep it clean in here, clean in there, and in there. And then I definitely recommend if when you drain it after every trip, you don't want water to sit in there. It'll start to get stagnant. Before you pull your plug out to drain it, you want to crack your pressure relief like that. Water will sputter out. That's fine. Once the water stops coming out, snap it closed. Then you're good to pull your plug. If you don't do that first, you're going to get a hot bath because there's a lot of pressure in there. Fridge. Exterior access to your fridge. Keep it clean in here, and here, and here. If you wanted to, you could pop this off, pull the cover off, and clean back there. And I definitely recommend doing that maybe once a year. Access to your generator, so you can do any maintenance and stuff back here. Oil changes, air filter changes, stuff like that. You can start and stop it from out here, but your main controls to start and stop it are on the inside. Freshwater fill, so you can fill your onboard tank. So if you're going somewhere that doesn't provide water, or if you're doing a cross-country road trip, you can fill it up with water, pull from there. That you do need to use your pump. But if you had it filled and you only used half of it and you're not going to use your camper again for another month or so, I definitely recommend draining the water out of there. To do that, you just open that, and that's your drain for your fresh tank. Very simple. Moving along to the other side, got your awning. That's what it looks like when it's all the way out, when you see the bare tube and all that. It is adjustable. You can grab the large part here, pull it down. It pitches that off to one end, so if it's raining, you can have water pitch off onto the edge rather than all the way along the front side. That keeps it kind of neat. The only thing I recommend doing is if it starts storming real bad, roll your awning in. So the wind doesn't take it away, and then as soon as it gets sunny out again, roll your awning back out to let it dry out. Propane. So you got on or off there. All the way to the left is on, all the way to the right is off. Like that, so that's off now. Then you can take it most places that do propane fills, like we fill propane, a lot of camper places fill propane. And I do think some campgrounds do. We will fill this with propane before you guys get it though. And the easiest way to tell which door has your propane, it's the only exterior cabinet door that doesn't lock. And that's for emergency reasons. If you needed to get there and shut your propane out quickly, you don't have to fumble with keys. Exterior power, all your exterior power is on a GFCI. All your GFCIs are on the same circuit. If one's gonna trip, they're all gonna trip. And then you go into the bathroom and reset it. Range vent, exterior, really isn't anything you have to do here. This will just allow the air from the range vent to escape somewhere out here. And a few more things, your door has a hold open right there, holds your door open. I don't recommend you forgetting. That's not good, we can control what we forget, but if you had forgotten that you had clipped it, and if you pull hard enough on the door, you can break it. So just be careful. Alright, so as we go into the inside right here, you have extend and retract. So that's for your awning. So retract. We'll retract your awning right now. And the nice thing about these is you can adjust them and still operate your awning normally. These do not automatically stop when you go out. Just eyeball it, like I said, when you see the bare tube and the flap hanging. That's when it's all the way out. If you keep holding extend, it'll roll in, but it'll roll in backwards. Perfect. So then right here above that switch, you got some lights. That turns, the switches on the right turn on and off the LEDs. The one on the left turns on and off this porch light right there. Then right next to that you have your battery disconnect. So if you hit down here, store, it's disconnecting the battery, this battery right here, underneath here, from everything. So if you have your battery disconnected and you have this unit plugged in, because it does charge when you're plugged in, the charge won't reach the battery because you disconnected it. But as far as like, if you're storing it in your barn somewhere and you don't have a way to plug it in when you're storing it, definitely recommend disconnecting your battery. It does charge as you're driving down the road too. So that's your battery disconnect. Most of them, you need it to be on use. You need it to be on for your cab radio to work properly. Then you have another GFCI outlet there. Speaking of cab, we'll mosey our way to the cab. First things first is this does move up to give you headroom in there, and we'll actually flip this up and over right now, so we have headroom, so I can show you everything in here. So cab, it's like a basic Ford box van. You got your lights here, running lights. Here they're not automatic. You have your dimmer switch to dim your lights inside. Climate control is very basic, very easy to use. Warm, cool. That's just vent, AC, max AC, floor, mix, defrost, off. You got two 12-volt outlets here, one there, one there. This is just a blank one. That's just a blank switch right there too. Very simple up here. Radio, you can hit home. You can do radio, auxiliary, so you can have your phone hooked up to there. You can do USB iPod, you can have it hooked to your iPod. And very easy. Then you can go to rear view on, you can turn that on, it turns it off. There you go, turn it on. You can have it set so it's always on. So now you can always see what's behind you. And I like doing that because some people like to get real close to you, tailgate you, save some gas mileage, so this will help prevent that. You can also select mode to go through your radio. Let's see what it does again. It's a little slow. There you go. Radio. So your radio is pretty simple to use. Let's see. Skip through channels here. Just like that. And your volume up and down here. Hit S there. It changes your source. Whether you're auxiliary, USB, and whatnot. Go back to where we were. And then this right here skips track. You scan through channels that way too. And then it also is a CD player. Let's see if you can focus into there. That's where you pop a CD in to play CD. Cab's very simple up here. Last little tidbit of information right there you see. Let's see if I can. Got emergency start. So if the chassis battery, which is the battery under the hood, not the battery I was showing you back there, if that were to die, you can actually hit and hold up on the emergency start. And then as you're holding that, try to start the vehicle. That'll divert the battery back there to be used to start the engine. Very nice feature. We'll come over here. This book's got all your paperwork in it. Anything from manuals and owner's manuals, from the chassis manual, it's all installed. It's all in this little binder right here. This table turns into a bed. All you do is lift it up, pop the leg out. That leg, you push this button right here and you twist the leg out, set it aside. Then you just rearrange your cushions to create a platform that you can sleep on. An emergency exit right back there. Flip it over, slide it. You can put the screen back if you want to use this as a window as an emergency. You would slide the whole window out, and you would jump out that gap. Regular outlet here. You got cup holders back there. Then a spot to mount a TV. You can have it mounted here. You have the coax for it if you want to mount the TV there. And then you pull this down, and the mount swings out. So that leads to here, where you have an outlet for you to plug the TV in. And then this right here. If this is on, see that little green light? That's your. There's no actual output there, but that's just a button for your booster. Turn it on. That you'll be using your antenna. Turn it off if you hook the cable. Another chair here with a seatbelt, so you can have a passenger in there. This does flip up and lock like that. To unlock it, all you do is you go underneath here, you lift up, and then you push these. You push these. That's hard to do one-handed. There you go. Lift up and push them in, and the whole thing slides back down. Cooktop, super simple. Turn it to light. Turn the sparker. Lights your burner. The gas is off, so just burn all the gas off in the lines. Very easy to use this portion. The oven's a little differently. You put the pilot, push and hold the pilot. As you're pushing and holding that, you have to go down in here. You can see back there is a pilot. You have to actually light that with a lighter. So you would turn it on to pilot, push and hold. As you're reaching down underneath there, getting that pilot to light. Once the pilot's lit, you can turn it to whatever temperature you want to use. And then if you're done and you want to cook in a few hours and you don't want to relight your pilot, if you turn it to pilot again, shuts the burners off, leaves the pilot on. And then you have a folding cooktop for it right here. Just like that. Range vent with a light and a fan. This is what vents out to that outside vent I was showing you. Microwave. Only works when you're plugged in or off of your generator. It works just like your microwave at home. Nothing really camper special about it. Turn around your fridge. So you have auto, off, gas. Auto is going to default to 110. That's what it'll want to run off of. And if you were ever to lose power or something were to happen, this will switch to running off of propane automatically. You have temperature adjusting there too. However, this doesn't work the same way your fridge at home does. It does take about 8 to 10 hours to get to its operating temperature. So if you can plug it in the night before, definitely do that. That's your furnace. That's where all your heat's going to come out of, and that small furnace will actually heat this up very well. This is your controls for your furnace. So all you do is slide it over. You can hear it kick on. You'll hear it running like that for a few seconds, and you hear it, and then it'll light. The gas is off, so it won't light. So we will turn it off now. And then as it winds down, you'll hear the burner shut off, but the blower will stay on. And then That just tells you kind of what temperature it is inside. So the temperature adjusting is all up here. Then here, lights, storage above the bed. Very nice. Bathroom, very self-explanatory. Got your switch right here. That's your resettable GFCI, so if any of your GFCIs would have tripped, that's the outlet you reset it at. Bathroom. Bathtub / shower. Very easy. You got a little sunlight up there to give you some more headroom, and then hot and cold. Nice sliding shower door. However, make sure you latch this closed before you travel. That way your shower doors don't end up being busted. Toilet, super simple. You have a pedal. As long as you're pushing that pedal, it's going to keep flushing. The nice thing about this toilet is it's porcelain, so it's a nice sturdy toilet. It'll feel like your toilet at home. Towel rack on the back of the door is very nice too. Nice feature to have. Closet right here. The previous owners installed one of these little light switches, and it's pretty bright, lights it up in there pretty good. Antenna for your TV, so you crank it up like here. As it goes up, then you can pull this down and turn. It will turn more. We're not going to go all the way up. But before you lower it, make sure these two little triangles are lined up. There's a little cradle on the roof it needs to latch into. So that's why you got to make sure those two triangles are lined up. AC, very simple. Volume knobs, not volume, control knobs. So that's just the fan, low fan, high fan, low cool, high cool, off. And then it doesn't actually have heat, but this will just be like the warmest AC. The warmest AC we'll get. This will be the coldest AC we'll get. You got your filters here. You undo them by unclipping it here, dropping this off. And make sure you clean those return airs as often as you want to. I would recommend doing at least once a year. That's going to allow good airflow. Smoke alarm. There's 9-volt batteries, so every once in a while it'll give you low voltage chirps. Maybe maybe 1 or 2 years. That 9-volt is dying. It's time to put a new 9-volt in it. Got a fire extinguisher there in case there's a fire, and then you should also have. I want to show you where it is, so I can't say I didn't show it to you. Right down there, carbon monoxide and propane gas alarm. And it's hardwired to the 12-volt system, so if this battery up here starts dying, that'll start giving you low voltage trips too as well. Breaker box, all your breakers for your 120 volt, all your fuses for your 12 volt. So it looks like you have all 15s and 240s. Definitely recommend having some spare fuses just in case. And then last little bit, you have your monitoring panel. You can measure how full propane is. Like I said, they still need to fill this. Your battery. Your battery is always going to read full when you're plugged in. Fresh, that's the onboard fresh tank. Black and gray. Very simple. And then you have your water pump. If you are pulling from that fresh tank, you turn your pump on. Then you have your water heater on propane. Kick it on. If your gas were on, it's going to light the water heater on gas. And then it'll cycle on and off the burner to help regulate its preset temperature. And then you have your generator right here. Start and stop. So you hold down stop. And then you go up. Starts right up. If you are going to run like appliances, let's say your AC was running and then you needed to switch to your generator, you have to make sure you turn your AC off first. Let it get completely turned off. Then kick on your generator. Let it run for a couple minutes. Let it get warmed up, and then you can kick your AC back on. Very simple. And that's pretty much it for the interior. And that concludes our virtual tour. You folks enjoy this camper.